Look at that tidy little thing. Makes me sick. I'm going to take my knife, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to mess it up. So here's the deal with what I'm doing here. I started, my first strokes were fairly broad, fairly strong in this painting yesterday. And then after the video, I continued to paint and sort of organize and tidy things up. And I began to sit closer and closer and closer and looking closer at everything. And this morning I came down and I thought, too, I think I'd like to have sort of a silky smooth barked poplar or aspen sitting there. And I started putting little blobs of paint here and there. And I just went up and had lunch and I came down and I looked at it and I thought, that's sickening. I like to have a strong, on this painting, I wanted to have strong, bold strokes. So just now I went to this tree trunk in here and just laid in some thick, strong, quick strokes. I think I'll take you along with me for a while now as I continue to do this. I should be looking at this painting as, okay, get it done, get it painted in 15 minutes. Then go back and revisit it after taking enough breaks. If you don't take enough breaks, I don't know, you end up sitting scrutinizing it so much you could thread you could thread the eye of a needle, because you become, or I do anyway, I become so tight and so concerned about small things. I obsess on small unimportant things. As a result, the entire painting becomes very weak. This is maybe something that is good practice if you're a realist. I'm an impressionist. And my biggest enemy as an impressionist is tightening up. Staying loose is something I struggle with sometimes. Anyway, I'm just going to readjust the camera. I'll zoom in a little more again, and I'm just going to take you with me as I cover some ground. Okay. Big, bold strokes, even though it's a small canvas. Big, bold strokes like Rachmaninoff's Third Piano Concerto. Don't play around. Say what you have to say. Be bold, loud, and even a little obnoxious. Too much ultramarine blue in that one. Go back to a bit of cobalt. I think I'll have those trunks running off the canvas on top. One thing about a knife painting, when you screw up big time. That's okay, I'm willing to do that. Those trunks are actually a little fatter than I wanted. reduce them a little bit. Okay. Now I have the end of a samurai sword here. I think I better break that up a little. Okay. Clean the palette. Don't have to get it really clean, but I want to get rid of the excess. You know, maybe I'm just going to go a little bit I was going to go green, but I think maybe I'll just make this more deciduous color back here. Yeah, I'll block that corner off. I will do that. And I'll make those into little poplar trunks as well, although not as intense as this one is. These will be a little grayer. Yeah, those are a bit light. Okay. Now my silky smooth trunk is too silky smooth. I'll have this thing ruined in no time. I decided that I don't mind. After all, I have recently been able to salvage a couple of paintings that I thought were gone. So if I lose this one, it's okay. Alright. It's a little more difficult to see, to feel energized to make broad strokes on a small painting because every stroke takes up so much of that composition. You're a little fearful. It's okay to make smaller strokes. It's just that with this painting, my whole idea was to not to mess around too much. Just get in there as quickly as I could. This just ends up being an exercise. That's okay. We all know exercise is good. A bit of a trump showing there. So, we'll put a bit of light on that. Even on the dark side here. Come to the dark side, Luke. Never mind the details for now. Okay. Foreground I made too light for my liking. round shoulder canvases are a bit of a nuisance sometimes. If I screw this up, I'm absolutely going to have to, or I'm absolutely not going to be able to fix it because it is a knife painting and there will be so much texture under it that you try to go over that and well, you've got, it'd be like trying to make a painting over a stuccoed wall. Either your whole painting has to be very rough or none at all. And if I get this painting too rough, you'd have to back up so far before things would congeal and blend in. There wouldn't be much of a painting left. It's getting there. That's a bit light. That's a bit light. Not everywhere, but in spots. So what do? I go lighter. But my values are all kind of similar here, so I would kind of like to go a little darker on this one edge. There we go. That's what I'm after. Da-da-da-da. I just wanted some variety there. Well, I'm pretty sure this isn't going to be a painting that I keep or use for anything. It's okay. Maybe a little bit too out of control. All right. We'll call it therapy today. Okay, enough of this green stuff for the moment. What if this thing caught a little more light? Just something like that. Yeah, I definitely don't have my mojo, as it were, today. So I might just quit while I'm behind. Well, you know, I did promise I'd show you some of my failures, so I don't know, it's kind of borderline. I might be able to fix it up. I don't want to dwell on it too much. Really best off to at some point make a judgment if it is too bad, just to get rid of it. Some stuff, as I've mentioned before, I will keep in the studio for a while. If I think there's something about it that I can work with, I'll hang on to it, and sometimes I can make it into a success. Sometimes it's just a waste of time. It's good to know when you're wasting your time and just discard it. But like I say, I'm not overly optimistic today. There it is. Hope you have a good afternoon. Thanks for coming with. See you. Bye-bye.